Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another Supatease video, and it hasn't even been, I think, a day since the last tuning adjustment for classes moving into Dragonflight, and this most recent update and tuning adjustment is a big deal. There are massive sweeping numbers in terms of buffs and nerfs, and I'm going to try my best to make sense of it all here, but we're probably initially going to be really upset by these changes that are happening in today's video. And if you want to make sure that you're staying up to date with the changes that are going on with the classes, so that you're always making the best decision for yourself with everything related to World of Warcraft, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. I am also working diligently to be an excellent resource for you on my long-term goal of getting to 100,000 subscribers, and would greatly appreciate your support along the ride. So here in this post update, their introduction, trying to let us down a little bit easy before we get into the hard-hitting nerfs. Based on various data points, including recent beta raid testing, we're making tuning adjustments to a number of classes in addition to new and returning abilities. The new talent trees allow players to choose abilities that were previously exclusive to one another in the talent row system. In many cases, we need to adjust the impact of these abilities to hit our throughput targets for Dragonflight. The following are being applied to the Dragonflight beta and PTR via hotfix before raid testing in the beta gets underway this afternoon. So this does seem to be a main focus point for raiding. It is my hopes and dreams that we will get a similar level of tuning as we did in Legion for PvP specifically after this, should we need some counteractions in PvP, because it's likely going to be the case. So the first big nerfs we're going to see are to Havoc Demon Hunter, with soul rending now going down to 5 to 10% increased healing from 10 to 20. Honestly, I think that this is a fine change also in PvP in order to bring down their self-sustain. I think self-sustain on a lot of classes is the reason why sustained damage is not impactful. So this is actually not too big of a deal compared to some of the other ones. Metamorphosis duration reduced to 24 seconds, down from 25. That 1 second really mattered, I guess. I don't know. Improved Chaos Strike, Chaos Strike damage reduced to 10%, down from 15%, so 5% reduction. Improved Fell Rush, bonus Fell Rush damage reduced to 20%, down from 25, another 5% reduction. Initiative bonus critical strike chance reduced to 12, down from 15. Momentum bonus damage reduced to 8, down from 10. Essence Break bonus to Chaos Strike Blade Dance damage reduced to 80%, down from 100. Furious Gaze duration reduced to 10 seconds, was 12. Shattered Destiny Fury spent per CDR increased to 8, was 7. Dancing with Fate bonus to Blade Dance final slash damage reduced to 20 to 40, was 25 to 50. Growing Inferno bonus tick per immolation aura damage reduced to 5 to 10, down from 8 to 15. Burning Wound damage over time effect reduced by 20%. Burning Wound bonus immolation aura damage increased to 50%, was 45. Burning Wound fixed a bug that caused immolation aura damage bonus to be applied twice. Rage Fire portion of damage saved per crit reduced to 40%, was 50. So honestly, it kind of only just like maybe a minor to moderate amount of nerfs, especially considering when we get to some of the other classes in this beta update. Definitely not hit the hardest so far, and I'm a bit interested to see what ends up getting hit after this, given all the changes. Now, Boomkin in their most recent update was like literally the most overpowered class I have ever seen in the history of the game. You were just calling down infinite numbers of starfalls and star surges and unending amounts of astral power, and I was like, this isn't good to be this good this early on in the beta. All eyes on us. We're gonna get nerfed. It's gonna be over. And yeah, it's kind of over. I really do think that it's over for Boomkin. Orbit Breaker is now going to trigger every 30th shooting star from 20, and they reduce the chance to get shooting stars. So already the one cool thing I really liked is gotten just out of the game. Astral Communion is now only going to generate 60 astral power, down from 75. To be fair, I was able to get upwards of like 30 star surges in a row, even after the last round of nerfs before this, so not surprised. Primordial Arcanic Pulsar triggers after spending 600 astral power, was 300, so doubling the chance for this. This is probably the biggest nerf on the whole thing. Sundered Firmament creates a Fury of Elune at 20% effectiveness, down from 25%. Elune's Guidance reduces the astral power cost of Star Surge by only 5, was 10, and the astral power cost of Starfall by 8, down from 15. Rattle the Stars reduces the cost of Starfall and Star Surge by 5% per stack, was 10%. Star Surge costs 40 astral power now, up from 30, and its damage was reduced by 35%. Starfall damage reduced by 35%. Shooting Stars generates 2 astral power, down from 3, and its damage was reduced by 50%. like Boomkin got a swift kick in the buttocks when it came through here, and I mean obviously it was crazy. Or I have to wait and see how much damage is really done here to the specialization. I think a lot of Moonkins are going to be uprising though pretty soon if it ends up not being in too competitive of a spot. Paladins, this is also a bit of an unfortunate time for you here, receiving some pretty big nerfs as well. Greater Judgment. Judgment now causes the target to take 20% increased damage from your next holy power, down from 25%. Seal of Crusader increases holy damage taken by 3 to 6%, down from 5 to 10. Divine Purpose increases the damage of your next holy spender by 15%, down from 20. Zealot's Paragon extension reduced to 0.5 seconds, down from 1 second. And for Retribution specifically, Templar's Verdict damage reduced by 35%. Final Verdict damage reduced by 35%. Zeal. Judgment now causes your next 2 auto attacks to occur 30% faster, was your next 3. Ashes to Dust, now 20% chance to reset Wake of Ashes instead of Blade of Justice, was 35%. Execution Sentence deals 10% of the damage done, was 20. Templar's Vindication changed to 15% chance of a 10 to 20% Templar's Verdict, was 15 to 30% chance of a 15 to 30% Templar's Verdict. Now, again, this does seem to be all directed at raid testing, and we will have to wait and see the overall implications in the raid, but I know a lot of rep paladins were maybe not very happy with the consecration build that was coming out and a lot of things going on, and seeing nerfs like this is going to jump off the page and immediately kind of bite you a bit as well. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, for PvP specifically, when we get to that point and we start having like solo shuffle play with the blues experimentations on the beta and stuff like that, that's where I'm paying the most attention to, but these will affect us if there is nothing to counteract it, so we got to keep our eyes on it as well. Light of the Titans healing is going to be reduced by 25% for prop paladins. Now, rogues were also the targets of some pretty heavy-handed nerfs as well. Alacrity now grants 1% haste per stack up to 5, was 2. Thistle Tea total bonus mastery granted reduced by 20%. Find weakness armor ignore value reduced to 15 to 30, was 20 to 40, and this is one of the big reasons why Subtlety Rogue could get tons of burst damage out. A very massive nerf. Assassination, 34% damage reduction on all abilities. Rupture, 22% damage increase, at least. So you are getting compensated a bit. Venomous Wounds, energy restored, reduced to 5, was 7. Improved poisons, bonus chance, reduced as well. Venom Rush energy restored, reduced to 5, was 8. Vicious Venom's additional nature damage values restored to 10 to 20%, was unintentionally 15 to 20%. That is very concerning. Sometimes I wonder, like, are things unintentionally stronger or weaker than they're supposed to be? And when I read something like that in a blue post, I'm thinking, like, does my bark skin give me 20% damage reduction? Like, I don't really know. That's a bit concerning. Systematic Failure bonus damage reduced to 20%, was 30. Twist the Knife bonus duration reduced to 2, was 3. Doomblade additional bleed damage reduced to 20, was 30. Deathmark damage increased by 227%. I got to look into what Deathmark is. I'm not 100% right now, but that seems like a big number to increase it by. Tiny Toxic Blade bonus damage increased to 500%, was 300%. Poison Bomb damage increased by 200%. Sepsis damage increased by 60%. I don't know if that's to compensate maybe from losing some of the synergies in Shadowlands. And then King's Bane damage increased by 50% as well. So a little bit of an offset of buffs and nerfs for Assassination. Now for Outlaw Rogue, we're seeing 14.5% damage reduction overall. Opportunity Strike chance reduced to 30% from 35%. Weapon Master bonus strike chance reduced to 5%, was 10%. Combat Potency energy regeneration reduced to 20%, was 30%. Swift Slasher bonus attack speed per combo point reduced to 2%, was 3. Fatal Flourish chance to restore energy reduced to 60, was 75. Quick Draw bonus pistol damage reduced to 20, was 50. Summarily, that's an interesting word for me to say this morning. Dispatched duration reduced to 8 to 15 seconds, was 10 to 20. And Green Skins Wicker's bonus pistol damage reduced to 200%, down from 300%. So overall nerfs to Outlaw Rogue. And then for Subtlety, you just flat out 17% less damage. Nothing else going on here for Subtlety, just 17% less damage. This is only covering just a handful of specs in this video, so there's still a lot more that could be shaken up here and mix things up a lot. This is really bad news bears for balanced druids. Hard to say for Assassination Rogue. Seems like bad news bears for Rep Paladins. And then Havoc Demon Hunter, it's like, slap on the wrist potentially, but we'll have to wait and see how all the parsing goes. And this is one of the dangerous things about having your spec be a top performer on the beta when this is the most amount of attention on it. You want to kind of be lurking, you know, a couple layers beneath the most powerful classes, so that when the expansion comes out, you're actually on top. And that's kind of how I've noticed the trend for a while now. So if anybody's been sitting there, you don't want to be raising your nose at all at this point, because you're gonna get a sledgehammer to the face, it would look like. Other than that, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope that you enjoyed the coverage of the update, because I'm sure the people that play these classes didn't enjoy the update. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts, your expectations. Again, I still am really waiting to see when we get into the PvP testing phase what they do, because that's for me going to determine the success or failure at this point for the expansion, is how many PvP changes are they willing to make, in what direction are those PvP changes going to be taking. Again, I think for a lot of players, they want sustained damage increased, cooldown damage reduced, and if we can see that direction and level of tuning like we saw in Legion, I think that Dragonflight has the potential to be a fantastic expansion, at least when it comes to PvP. For PvE, can't really speak to these changes exactly, as I haven't done any raid testing myself to determine whether or not these are like too much or too little. So if you are a raider, let us know in the comments down below if these seem like too much or too little. Other than that, thank you very much for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one.